at Indianapolis Colts training camp with Sam Ehlinger. So, Sam, you kind of have taken the camp a little bit by storm, because I don't think anybody expected that you would be competing for playing time early in the season. But Carson Wentz gets hurt. His status for opening day is unknown. What has this been like for you to just come in and to say, wow, I might be playing?
Well, obviously, never want injury to anybody. So to be in this situation itself is crazy. Wasn't expecting that and didn't want that for Carson. But, just coming in and trying to prepare and soak up as much information has really been my strategy. Control what I can control. I can't control the reps that I'm getting. I can't control anything outside of myself, and being prepared in that. And that was kind of my approach. And, obviously things happen and you're asked to step up to the plate. And I'm glad I prepared the way that I did.
I would think that for somebody like you who's coming in and wants to show, first of all, that you have all the traits it takes to play at this level. There was one play I noticed out here today where you threw in a very tight window to receiver at the back line of the end zone who was draped by two Carolina defensive backs, and the ball was complete. That play, describe how that kind of play is important for what you need to show here.
I think just an understanding of the offense in that situation and being able to come in crucial situations on the goal line and protect the football. That's the biggest thing. Limit the mistakes. That play, we had an option route by the running back. He was covered. And then we had a back line by Mike, and he was covered. But I know here in the NFL, covered versus covered in college is a little bit different.
Is that true, by the way? Is that absolutely true?
Absolutely. Yeah. Watching film, sometimes they're like, hey, he's open. And it's like, oh, okay. I'm not used to him being open, but let's let it rip. But just protecting the football down there and trusting my guys to win. Obviously, you got a lot of talent here. So that was what I was doing there.
So coming in here, did you have any expectations, or did you just say, doesn't do me any good to think about that, I just got to go out and play?
Doesn't do me any good to think about that. Completely out of my control. Yeah. Come in and work my butt off, do what I can to compete and learn the offense, be the best me, and help the organization in whatever way possible, and that was my approach.
Yeah. Sam, I think a lot of people would know you because you had a tragedy in your family. Your brother Jake died earlier this year. And you were significantly impacted by that, but from what I've heard, a lot of people were really impressed with you at the funeral speaking about your brother in, very laudatory terms. What was that like, and what has that experience been like for you as a person to have to adjust to life without your brother?
It's very difficult. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's easy. To get up there at the funeral and put together words was tough, but I wanted to provide hope for everyone, and understanding what my situation was, being his brother and in the community with the people that we know, I wanted to provide some hope because I knew everybody was hurting. And then living on a daily basis with that is tough, for sure. It's just important to take time to let those emotions come, not suppress them and push them down, and it certainly comes. And it's not easy, and some days are better than others, but continuing to press on, try to stay in the moment, and remember the good times is kind of my motto.
What was the message you wanted to leave about your brother to the people who came to pay their respects?
I think the biggest thing I wanted them to take away was obviously what Jake taught me, but giving them hope in eternity. I think that's something that death kind of makes you face, and if you don't have death in your life, you don't really think about that, but comprehending eternity and how short this life is, compared to eternity with whatever you believe. In my belief, Jesus Christ, sacrificing his life for us. But just eternity and putting into perspective how short this life is compared to eternity.
Chris Ballard, the general manager of the Colts, told me that when he was listening to you at the funeral and how composed and how your words resonated that day, he just thought to himself, I don't really know sometimes what it is, but Sam really has it. Where does that presence come from?
That's a great question, and it's an honor for people to say that. And I think it's just living in the present, really loving others and loving what you do. and trying to be the best every single day and improving. I can't really characterize it because obviously I'm just living my life, and I appreciate that, but I'm just living in the present and trying to make the most of it.
I got two football questions to finish. The first is, when I look at you, my biggest question about you is, can you make those sort of 15-yard out throws from the far hash mark to the other side of the field? Can you zip those into relatively tight windows? What do you think?
I do. I believe so. My footwork might have to speed up compared to some guys that can, just get on their knees and throw it 80 yards, but I know I can make those throws. I have made those throws, and I will continue to show that.
The one thing watching you play, I noticed out here just in one practice, is that you have no problem making quick decisions. And that probably comes from playing a lot at a high level in college. But how important is that at this level?
Well, I don't know from experience, but from everything that I've heard from talking to people with experience in this league, getting the ball out of your hands is the biggest thing. You can never go broke taking a profit, and getting the ball out of your hands is really important because there's some really good pass rushers, and that's kind of been what I've heard, and just trying to rock with that.
I'll end with this. What has it been like playing so far for Frank Reich, who a lot of quarterbacks have looked at him and said, that guy has really helped my career?
It's unbelievable. I feel extremely blessed to be in this organization with Coach Reich and being in his system. Obviously, he played at a very high level, so he knows what it's like to play quarterback and does things that's very friendly for the quarterbacks. And to be able to be here in my first year and develop under him, it's a true blessing.
Sam Ehlinger, good luck to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.